Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we're going to be looking at one of the new unique items, and this one is the Beastfall Boots. The Beastfall Boots are pretty insane, and I've already been trying to formulate a character around them. I'm only level 82, and we've been doing our best here. This particular character is kind of built around the same idea, the same principle of build as much resource as you possibly can. And then once you build as much resources as you probably can, it's pretty much just a matter of dishing out a massive amounts of damage to the, to the pack, to the monsters. You dump everything you have into it, though, which is a whole thing. So being able to dump every single point of resource you have into it means that you're going to get a massive amount of damage out of it. Let's go over it together and let's talk about these. This character is by far nowhere near fully maxed out, by the way. So don't even judge the amount of damage that this person can do yet, because she really needs to get a lot more bonuses to energy. She doesn't have energy on her rings. Well, she's got 6 on one ring, which she has none on the other. And honestly, there's a lot more multipliers, additive bonuses, and everything that I can get. So, well, we're working on it. We're working on it. Beastfall Boots, these are the new boots right here. They come from Beast in the Ice, if you want to know where. So if you want to farm these, go farm Beast in the Ice. They do have the really nice max evade charges, so +3 when it's fully upgraded. And on top of that, the armor value does vary depending on, obviously, what item power you get them at. They have 15.8 to 26.2% movement speed, which is really nice. Definitely what we're looking for when it comes to these particular items. Boots in general, you just really kind of want movement speed. We also have damage reduction on these, which is insane, because damage reduction is usually only something you can get on pants, armor, and amulet, maybe, if you're lucky. And having 10.3% or 10.7% damage reduction capped out on these is insane. Of course, you have to find a perfect pair. I've only found one pair the entire time, and I've been hunting. So they seem to be a little bit rare for me, although maybe you guys have already found like 60 pairs already. I don't know. They also have cooldown reduction, which is 6.2 to 10.3% cooldown reduction, which is really nice. And then on top of that, they also have the supporting stat, which is very good, because obviously energy is the supporting stat for this particular item. And it goes up to 30 on the cap, which is insane. Very nice amount of additional energy. The ability of these particular boots is when you cast an ultimate skill. So if you cast something like Shadow Clone, Ray of Arrows, or Death Trap, you will make it so that your next core skill, consumes all of your energy and deals 1.3, mine is 1.3, but 0.5 to 1.5% increased damage per energy consumed. And that is, of course, a nice multiplier. And very, very nice indeed. Now, it also has it so that when you use a cooldown, it restores 5 energy. So anytime you use any cooldown at all, you restore 5 energy back to that total. Now, I've been playing around with a lot of different builds on this, and just right now I'm using Rapid Fire. So let me kind of give you an idea of how this flows at the moment. We also got the flavor text on here. Goldeneye grew proud and fond of boasting of her hunting prowess. She claimed she was fast enough to catch even the spirit of Lorray, who cursed her for such an insult. Fable of Genrai's 20 Trials. So first off, let me just show you kind of like what my rapid fire does normally. As you can see, I'm doing about like 50,000 normal, like 100,000 crits. Overpowers tend to go a little bit higher. As you can see, I basically just never run out of energy. This build is very interesting in the way that I can basically just sustain forever. On top of this, once we have everything set up, and once we've got our character all nice and buffed, so let's get our 6 stacks of precisions. We're going to hold that. I'm going to utilize concealment to make sure that I get the auto crit. We're going to throw down the traps for the additional bonus. And then, as you can see here, I just did like 600 to 7,000 damage by consuming all of my resource and dishing out a pretty massive bump there. And if you multiply that out to, the tune of how much damage I'm dishing out, that's anywhere between what? It was like 600 to like 750 is what it was. And we can divide that by 2. Times the number of hits on rapid fire, which rapid fire is currently dishing out 5 shots. So we can multiply that by 5, and you can see we're doing, what is that, like 3.375 million? damage per rapid fire. And this is, of course, with the way that this particular ability works. And there's a lot of ways that you can take advantage of this, these pair of boots. First off, you have to use an ultimate to actually be able to do this. So being able to spam your ultimate is definitely something that comes in handy. You can't use the flicker steps to reset your ultimate because obviously these are boots. Kind of puts that on the side. Now, I've been playing around with my current setup is preparation because every 100 energy that you spend reduces the ultimate skills cooldown by 5 seconds. Using ultimate skills resets the cooldowns of your other skills. And I basically set it up so that I can just kind of hold down the button. So let me give you kind of like a preview here. So if I'm currently utilizing my main ability and I have all my buttons kind of set up, I can pretty much just hold down the mouse and just spend, and not have to worry about it. This, of course, reduces the cooldown of my ultimate a tremendous amount, which, of course, makes it back up for me to use relatively quickly. And then I can, of course, continue farming and spamming as much as possible. Because I have a high amount of lucky hits, a high amount of energy restoration, and so forth and so on, I can pretty much just maintain this forever. Now, there are other ways to increase it even more, like the new Sky Hunter, or sorry, the new Sky Hunter version, which has been changed significantly from the old Sky Hunter version. That's a bunch of stuff that's gone on. But that also gives you even more energy back when you consume your 6 stacks, which is another way that you can maintain your energy even more. And basically allow you to just continually spam for an eternity. It's really quite interesting the way that these boots work because, number one, they give you a way to apply a massive bump in damage to any particular target. One of the biggest issues with a lot of the ranged abilities, and of course I'm not even going to talk about the melee abilities, but one of the issues with the ranged abilities is it just didn't really have very good single target damage. And that's basically what Beastfall Boots do, is they give you a way to have an extremely large amount of single target damage. And once you get everything set up, once you get all your glyphs online, which I don't have hardly any of mine online yet, once you get the right modifiers, you can dish out some ridiculously massive damage with these boots, and in one touch of a button, essentially. You build up your energy, you set up your buffs in advance, you get everything running, and then you fire off these Beastfall Boots, and it just does a massive amount of damage. Which I have had a lot of fun with so far. And I can't wait to see, honestly, just how crazy that these can get. Obviously, I need to get more maximum resource, or energy, rather, on my rings. I need a better pair of Beastfall Boots so I can get the 1.5 times. And hopefully, eventually, with the 30 maximum energy, which will be nice there. A better pair of Tobolts would definitely help with an 18 maximum resource instead of 10, and so forth and so on. My gloves, I don't have a good pair of gloves at all. And also here I can get more maximum resource with the 18 on the max roll on the helmet, or I could potentially go with Godslayers for the 40 times multiplier. It really depends on how I want to roll it. And I'm missing a whole bunch of additive bonuses on my weapons. And also, my Sky Hunter is only 862 item power, so there's a lot of upgrades that can be done here. But as you guys can clearly see, I am still dishing out some pretty crazy levels of damage with the Beastfall Boots. I'm still hitting like 3.3 million in one rapid fire with not anywhere near a full setup. I've actually seen a couple people with these Beastfall Boots already, fully set up and everything. Literally just one-shotting bosses, because that's pretty much what they are. They're nuke boots. They literally allow you to set up like one ability to dish out a massive amount of damage and just straight up nuke a target out of existence. Honestly, they're very well crafted because they allow you to kind of play around with this. A lot of people are really enjoying these, build maximum resource, increased damage builds. Burning the entire pool is definitely a very fun thing that you can, build around. And there's tons of items in the game that allow you to do that. I mean, Tobolts has maximum resource. The boots themselves have maximum resource. Melted Heart of Saleg has a 60 maximum resource now, which is rather insane. On top of that, you can roll maximum resource on your rings, your helmet, And you know, it's a pretty fun little mini game to play to get your maximum resource as high as you possibly can. And there's also potions. I don't think I have one on me right now, but there's also a 50 maximum resource potion that you can tie into the mix, and you can set it up even more interesting that way. And depending on which core skill you choose, whether you're choosing penetrating shots, barrage, or rapid fire, there's a lot of fun ways that you can go with that too. And of course, flurry and twisting blades are also included in this because they're also core skills. And I'm not really sure which one of these would work out the best with it, but I've kind of been playing around with all of the range skills at the very least. I haven't really done any of the melees. Barrage is interesting, but it's very much so not a single target ability because it kind of just shoots all over the place. You kind of have to like get right in the face and shotgun something if you want all the shots to hit the target. Penetrating shot has a huge energy cost, and I am considering penetrating shot just simply because it burns resource much faster. As I showed you guys, I can pretty much maintain resource indefinitely with rapid fire because well, number one, it does a very good job regenerating its own resource, and number two, it doesn't really cost a huge amount. It only costs 25. However, if you swap that out for penetrating shot costs a massive 35. And you can burn pretty much all your resource with penetrating shot within no time whatsoever. Just to give you an example, let's throw 1 point into it real quick just so I can show you. So same situation, let's just go ahead and use all of our abilities. And as you can see here, I can't really maintain penetrating shot. I'm gonna have to throw in a couple. I mean, let me get it back up to full here real quick just to really kind of show it off. But it eats up resource just ridiculously fast. Now, it's not exactly a bad thing that it eats up resource ridiculously fast, because if we think about it in other terms, if you're utilizing, say, for instance, the preparation to reset the ultimate cooldown so you can get the ultimate back up sooner and utilize the Beastfall Boots more, well, consuming resource faster means that you can potentially reset the ultimate ability quicker, right? Although it's not necessarily guaranteed, right? I may eventually end up going back to penetrating shot. I'm kind of playing around with a bunch of different stuff right now with these Beastfall Boots because I think they're absolutely cool. And I think you guys will find them to be absolutely cool too if you play like a lot of ranged rogues, if you want to play around with these characters, or even just melee rogues. The ability to stack up resource, the ability to, you know, kind of like hit that one big nuclear attack and then go back into a regular rotation, and you kind of rinse and repeat that over and over again. It's a pretty fun way to play a character. It's really satisfying to be able to hit that one big attack and then go back into your regular rotation. Anyway, as always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, even when we're just talking about the Beastfall Boots. And as always, keep watching.